What's good with y'all? Collective, this is going to be a clairvoyant energy reading for November of 2025. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to leave any donations, I will have a link in the description box below. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with the current energy. You have to keep in mind this will not resonate with all of y'all. There is a disclaimer in the description box below. King of Swords wanted to jump out. So there's some truths coming out. Eight of Swords at the bottom. The Chariot reverse, Cancer energy. Judgment, Scorpio energy. Five of Pentacles reverse. Y'all. Wheel of Fortune. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so someone's getting caught at doing something deceptive. Ace of Wands. Page of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. The Moon. I'm getting the vibes that some of you out there may have secret protection on you. There's something very significant about secret protection. The Lovers reverse, Gemini energy. Five of Wands reverse. The Ten of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. There's judgment on the situation due to a lot of unnecessary obstacles based off illusions, lies, and deception. This energy keeps coming up through the cards as some of you may have been going through a very struggling situation in regards to an ex-lover of yours that you haven't had anything to do with. And there's something that's being judged as this individual may have been jealous and envious to the point of trying to get in the way of you and somebody else. This could be the truth that's coming out, and there was a lot of misinformation that was said about you that got in the way of you moving on with the Chariot reverse. This could literally be scaring a lot of individuals when it comes to a situation because they could have sworn up and down you as this person, but there's something that's coming out to where someone may be coming clean and confessing some truths because they were engaging in lying. This is something that you may not know about with the Moon card, but you can feel like something may be changing. I'm getting you will be notified that you have been released. With the Chariot reverse, you will be notified that you have been released. And there is some type of deception that has surfaced. But right now, you got a lot of individuals in a lot of panic and a lot of fear. They're literally in this energy now feeling as if all these individuals are going to go to the Eight of Swords energy. So they could be in fear, feeling as if this is going to come back on them and have them punished for that. There's a few people that may be coming clean and confessing to some truths here about some lies. Okay, so you don't have to worry about anybody trying to lie on you anymore with the Five of Wands reverse. There was a plan that someone or a situation thought, there's a plan that someone thought that they was going to carry out with lying and lying and lying and lying. That's what's getting caught. This is just an ex-lover of yours that's under judgment right now for trying to cause you problems. Because of you moving on to someone else and kept on lying and lying and lying and lying. Some of you definitely have strong protection secretly. This is secret protection. You may not know who's protecting you, but you got a lot of divine protection too. Your angels are coming through to you to have you intuitively trust your intuition. That something is under judgment. It's also you're being guided by your intuition to speak up on certain things that your intuition may be telling you to speak up on. Because there's legitimate leeway to prove what your intuition is feeling. Even if you think somebody's not going to believe you, that's the difference between feeling. You will be believed. Something was proven with the Page of Pentacles. You are going to be believed. If some of you haven't spoken up on your intuition yet, that something's been going on, I'd highly advise you to speak up on what your intuition keeps on guiding you to speak up about. But for some of you, if you did speak up on your intuition and trust what your intuition was telling you, then this right here is literally putting individuals in a position of where they're going to have to come clean because they've been lying. And you got someone right here that's backing you up, apparently. Some of you can have somebody in the legal field that could be backing you up with a situation. Judgment card don't necessarily have to always represent judgment on a legal level. This can represent spiritual judgment. Well, I'm kind of getting the vibes of physical judgment too. Especially with this right here. I mean, this could represent spiritual imprisonment. I'm going to go ahead and identify what spiritual imprisonment is. It means someone that is trying to use wickedness against you. They're trying to do certain things to you. They will have all their wicked power stripped from them. And they will be sentenced from the Most High. That's spiritual imprisonment. That means that they're not going to have a clear state of mind. If they have any wicked tendencies of hurting you or harming you with the dark arts, that will be stripped from them because that's a spiritual law violation. Okay, so someone could be under judgment for spiritual law violations, so that would be spiritual judgment from the Most High. So if anybody has tried to continuously hurt you with witchcraft or hurt you with any form of dark ritualistic practice, they have been stripped of their powers. Because when they're in spiritual jail, they have none of that. They have none of that because that's a crime in the spirit world. They cannot be doing that to you. A lot of people may not look into that, but it's the truth, y'all. You know who actually agreed with me when it came to me sharing my knowledge one day? A police officer. I literally identified what he was trying to tell me in a whole nother level. I said that's spiritual imprisonment. When the soul is confined due to the ego, we got a discussion about the ego. The ego. He agreed with the way I identified that. I said that's spiritual imprisonment. When a soul is locked down, how is it able to have its freedom through the physical vessel? See, that's the worst type of imprisonment. Okay, so someone that may have been trying to hurt you with some type of dark practices, especially with the moon and the Eight of Swords, that right there has been judged on a spiritual based level. So I'm getting something about spiritual, the divine law. There's something coming out here about divine law being ordered. But this is manifesting through the physical form of the 3D. Why is judgment here? Clarify judgment. Hold on, y'all. That's too many cards. Why is judgment here? Okay, so that's the Three of Wands. Judgment is here due to someone that was awaiting a decision. The judgment is all about a decision. So someone could have been awaiting a decision. They could have been kind of in a hesitant energy for the last 1 to 2 to 3 days. There's something about a decision that someone may have held back on, but there's something that is going to create a brighter future for you to where you can move forward. Due to a lot of truths coming out, and people could be confessing to something. If this is anything in regards to an ex-spouse or ex-lover, if some of you are married, there's something coming out about how this individual just tried to hold you back from moving on. And there was other individuals that was having problems in their connections that chose to team up with this individual in order to try to come against you and to lie on you. And if these individuals was lying under oath at this illegal level, if these individuals were lying under oath, that has been caught with the Seven of Swords reverse. Because these individuals are not sworn in to lie. They're not being sworn in to lie. They're being sworn in to protect and serve on a physical legal level. Because anytime someone lies, and if this is connected to any type of fabrication, that's going to be an automatic color of law violation, which could therefore lead to a false arrest of someone's freedom. Therefore, jeopardize your freedom. That could lead to a false arrest. That can also lead to failure to keep you from harm. That's all under the color of law violation. So whoever was doing that, some of these individuals may have had a guilty conscience to the fact to where they wanted to admit to something. Because something is cornering the situation. That's the divine. That's the divine. The divine has had enough. The divine has had enough on people lying on you with the Seven of Swords reverse. Some of you could be a Cancer, Scorpio, double on the Cancer energy. Or you could have a Cancer moon. Some of you may have a Cancer moon, Gemini moon. You could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. Okay, so there's a decision that was awaiting possibly 1 to 2 to 3 days, or it could be 1 to 2 to 3 weeks. The wands represent fast movement, just like the swords, but the swords all about fast energy too. What I'm getting here is this could have been between the last 1 to 2 to 3 days, or the last 1 to 2 to 3 weeks, but this could have been recent. This is giving me a strong indication of a recent waiting energy. Someone holding on. It's like this is a pending something. Something pending. You see how that's being held? Something is pending. But it's due to someone having some knowledge, and people could be confessing before something gets taken way too far. Yeah, these individuals are scared, bro. The moon card energy, because they have been lying. That's why. And they could be confessing before this gets out of hand, because this will get a lot of individuals in trouble, bro. I'm telling you. This is kind of like the last message that came through my cards, but it's a bit different. There is a different energy. But it's the truth, though. If these individuals keep on trying to do underhanded things involving lies and fabrication, if this is on a legal level, this right here is not lawful at all. Clarify the Three of Wands. Why am I getting that there may be waiting energy? A decision that may have been pending due to someone coming clean and confessing. Several individuals could have confessed to something. That's the truth. Temperance card. I'm getting they confess to something not to protect you, but to protect themselves. So this is not legitimate protection because they wasn't protecting you. So this is going to better to verify. So by them confessing, that right there is proving guilt on their behalf because they wasn't protecting you. If this is authority that was doing this, if this is someone that was shady, now you have to keep in mind, not everybody in the whole world is going to be a color of law violation. Not everybody is going to be engaging in that, y'all. Like I said in one of my other videos, whenever I was out of state, I was left alone from the law. Not everybody is going to do that to you, okay? But I'm getting that this is more so about protecting themselves. If this is authority that lied, it was about protecting themselves, not much so about protecting you, but that's going to better to prove guilt on their behalf because why are they trying to protect themselves? That right there is going to better to verify that they're not protecting you, which is fair to keep you from harm. Okay, so this form of guilt right here could definitely have someone sentenced. But this is also protection on your behalf because now everybody is seeing what's really going on. If this is not an authority figure, whoever was doing this, look like to me they could be having some punishments. This could be someone that you may have been connected to at one time, but you haven't had no communication or no involvement with this person. And there's something else that's coming out about somebody else that you may have had involvement with, but it wasn't this serious when it comes to this other person. So something is telling me that some of you may have moved on. You could have moved on from this ex-spouse. If some of you were married, don't have to be married. But if some of you moved on from an individual, you haven't had no involvement with them ever since you last started, ever since you last talked to them. So there's a decision waiting due to someone having insight. The Three of Wands is all about insight. But I'm getting that it's not about protecting you. It's more so about protecting themselves. But this is indeed protecting you and having you released due to some type of confession. But little do these individuals know this confession is proving guilt on their behalf. If this is someone that, in authority that was supposed to protect you from harm, that's going to be able to verify a color law violation. Is that what this is? Clarify that. But this is also assigning you protection at the same time. You deserve to be protected. You don't deserve to be going through a lot of slander, a lot of misinformation, lying. Somebody lying on you and trying to drag an illusion out that's not the truth about you. Just because you refuse to be involved with someone and you moved on in your love life, and yet someone was behind the scenes trying to do snaky shit to you, to try to snake you that way, that's not fair to you. Okay, so there's something about a fair ruling. Judgment card can represent ruling, but this is fairness. This means a judgment is possibly going to go in your favor. But they're still waiting on individuals to confess because there's several other people that are being called to confess. This is definitely giving me the vibes of under oath because their hand is raised. On the judgment card, their hand is raised like that. Clarify the Three of Wands and the Temperance card. Okay, so there's two angels here. That's catching my attention. Judgment and the Temperance. There's two angels that are catching my attention. But like I said, y'all, like some of these individuals that are confessing, they are literally trying to protect themselves rather than protect you, but it's going to be able to prove they wasn't protecting you. If this is some type of authority, with a Chariot reverse, usually that could represent authority, trying to put obstacles in your way. Whoever this is that was doing this, if this is authority, this is going to be able to prove guilt on their behalf, and it's going to be able to prove color law violation. And they could be held accountable for that with a judgment card. They're going to be held accountable for that. There's someone somewheres that believes in giving a fair ruling. Something could also change. If something was going against you as an unfair ruling, something could quickly change. That's why someone may be giving themselves time in order to really see a situation for what it is, rather than rush a judgment. Bro, if you ask me, that right there is all about taking time, patience. Patience and time. That's a good energy. That's a good energy. Y'all see how my energy's changing? How I got that high vibrational energy? See that smile on my face? Somebody's in here with that giggly energy. I don't feel that on my live stream all the time. Someone's in here with that it's not a bad energy, it's like a giggly energy. Somebody's in here with that energy. I greatly appreciate it, by the way, whoever that is. Y'all give me a minute, y'all. Y'all give me a minute so I can let that giggly energy go away. Like, this don't happen to me all day, every day. It's just every now and then. Sometimes I get on my live stream, and it's like there's an energy behind that. That's a genuine energy, and it causes me to just laugh. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all just give me a minute, because this is, you know what I'm saying? Y'all give me a minute. This is kind of, this is kind of embarrassing. Not in a bad way, but it's embarrassing because when you're trying to read cards and you're laughing. How the hell you gonna read a tarot card when you're sitting there laughing? You know what I'm saying? Clarify the temperance card. Can't do that. Ten of Wands reverse. Y'all give me a minute, y'all. Y'all just give me a minute. This is also... Y'all give me a minute, y'all. Someone trying to mess up the reading. Someone's trying to mess up the reading. Y'all give me a minute. Let me go ahead and pull a card and see why I'm laughing. Y'all hold on a minute, y'all. I'm going to get back to the reading. Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? What's causing me to giggle? Cool, the law. That's justice. That's a judge. They could be a judge. Watch. Bro, oh, that's a good sign. That is a good sign. There's someone in there. I don't know if they watch. I could feel like they're watching this live stream. They could be. I don't really get them being in a gown. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really sit there seeing them with a sword in their hand with the scales like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro, they sit there with a samurai sword like this with scales in their hand. You know? Anyways, it's just a figure of speech. Let's not cause any more distractions. Let's go ahead and continue with this reading. But anyways, that is actually a good sign. How I'm laughing and giggling. Look at that right there. This is something to do with a fair ruling. So this is a good sign. Or this this could be resonating with y'all, but yet it's coming through the energy. So some of you could be a Libra for some of y'all. I'm getting heavy Libra energy. You could be a Libra lady. Don't have to be a Libra lady. Or a Libra man. This is something about fairness. Bro, these cards been coming out through my tarot cards for the last few days or so. So it's keeping up with a situation. Bro, you see how that works? It's keeping up with a situation. Okay, so there's something ongoing. There's something ongoing, and it's like, whatever this is, it's like this is literally being read through the cards. It's coming through the cards to be read. But anyways, y'all, look. This is a good indication why I'm laughing and smirking. There's a good energy. There's somebody in there looking at they playing it like scales and the sword in one hand like that. That means justice. That's the power. The power. The scales balance. That represents power. Balance of justice. And this is the law. That does represent the law in the tower room. Yes, it does. So anyways, continue with the read, y'all. All right, Ten of Wands reverse came out. So this is a good sign, okay? Some of you could be a Libra. Or you could have a Libra rising, Libra moon. Okay, so some of you is being done unfairly with a situation, and you may have some Libra placements very prominent in your natal chart. That right there is going to bother you on a lot of levels. So some of you can have Libra signs in your natal chart. That means the astrology chart. So you may have Libra in your natal chart. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Rise and Moon sign. They have Saturn, Jupiter. They have your North Node and all that. That would be your natal chart. You also have Mars, Mercury, Neptune, all that. You have what they call that, midheaven. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to a natal chart. So some of you, you may have a very strong Libra placement in your natal chart. That would be an indication of wherever this is, like, you want balance. You stand for balance. You stand for balance. Or if you are a Libra, but more than likely you are somebody that wants balance. You want fairness. Even though people may misinterpret your character way too much as if you're a people pleaser, you're only kind to people that you may feel that are deserving of your kindness. But you also have another side to you to where when it's time to call something out and get down to the bottom of it, you're going to call it out and you're going to tell it like it is. With that sword, that's the sword of truth. You're going to tell it like it is. Okay, so this could be due to someone speaking the truth. And they've been found to be telling the truth with the Justice card. Okay, so you are being found to be telling the truth. So that right there is going to clear up whatever someone else was lying about. So you have been proven innocent while someone else is being caught straight out lies, possibly lying on the oath. There could be just a few being caught lying on the oath. But this right here is a good indication for you. I'm kind of getting this may covertly resonate with me on some level. But anyways, y'all, getting back to y'all message. I'm not really going to channel or read about me. But I mean, there's a reason why I was laughing like that. All right, clarify the Ten of Wands reverse. Okay, so this was right after the Temperance card. So someone confessed to something due to them wanting to protect themselves, but yet it proves guilt on their behalf. But this is going to better to release a lot of burdens and stress out of your life and to remove all this heavy burdens out of your way with the Ten of Wands reverse. Look at that, another. Okay, so someone's agreeing to do something right. There's another indication of fairness with the balance. I'm getting someone could have talked someone into confessing. As I say, they'll make a deal with them. If they confess, it may not be that harsh, but they still going to have to face some type of consequences or sentencing. That's what it looks like. This give me the vibes of a plea deal. Whoever this was that was doing this to you is definitely being held accountable. And it's like someone is like, okay, they can make a deal with them. That's giving me the vibes of a plea deal. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that. Some of you may not be familiar with law. Some of us know what this is due to studying a whole hell of a lot. This is all about having something reduced. This could be in regards to something being suspended, something being reduced. But it still ain't going to be all that. It's still, even though this is in an upright position, it still ain't going to be all that. Because balance has to be restored You have to be treated fairly. I'm getting someone that's stubborn and set in their ways that there has to be a fair ruling. You cannot be treated unfairly when it comes to something like this. They may not like that. They may not like that, but this is what it is. Someone is literally begging to not be sentenced for doing this to you. Okay, so someone is flipping the situation and seeing how scary this individual can actually be. Because they never thought that they could hold one of their own accountable. They are. That's what it looked like to me. One of these individuals are holding one of their own accountable. With the judgment call, it's all about being held accountable. Whoever's been lying, they're being held accountable for that. That's like they feel like this is good enough for them. These are people begging for their freedom is what it is. Begging for their freedom. I'm going to tell you why. Because they try to get an innocent person's freedom taken from them. That's why. Lying on the oath trying to get an innocent person's freedom taken from them. That's why they're in that energy. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. This is someone that has a good energy about them. Someone that may be very deep, very emotional, very intuitive. Someone that has a clean energy about them. But once again, this is divine intervention. This is the Ace of Cups. That means this is a fresh energy. So this is going to be very refreshing to a situation knowing that the truth has came out. And these individuals are going to be able to see what is right and what is wrong. Because an innocent person should not be done wrong and have to be wrong in this type of situation. That don't make any sense. That's unfair. That's unfair. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of objection. Objection. I'm getting a lot of that energy. Objection. If some of you don't know what objection is, that means objection. That's a form of rejection. That's objection. So there's a lot of objection energy here. But this objection actually had something to where they heard out some ruling, like whatever they done with the ruling, they heard something out. If some of you objected something, that something was heard possibly. Yeah, Six of Wands reverse. This is all about, this could be connected to a smear campaign. The main reason why something was objected, or it don't have to be you objected something. This could be one of these individuals objected something and ruling over another situation here that they found out the truth about with the Seven of Swords reverse. But whatever this objection is pertaining to, this is pertaining to someone going through a smear campaign and being hated on. Someone continuously being hurt and falling from grace. This could be due to a public figure. There's a social media influencer card again, but it's in reverse. Someone's objecting a hate crime against you. There's a strong objection and some type of pullback from a hate crime that was committed against one of you. This is being on the bandwagon of hatred. People following right behind a lie and relentlessly trolling you and having you harassed. That's hatred. Someone in here is objecting that. Yeah, because you're innocent. They also perceive this to be very foolish and stupid, to not be paying attention to the warnings to stop, to cut that out. Because if you look at this imagery right here, this person don't have a parachute on, huh? Look at how close they are to the edge of falling off, and they're looking face this way They got their head too much in the clouds, bro, and that dog's trying to warn them. As I say, you need to watch your step. That's what I'm hearing. They need to watch their step. They need to watch what the hell they're doing when it comes to the situation, because it may not get caught up. This may have been going on for a few years, bro. But eventually, things are going to be able to close in a specific type of way, and that's divine intervention that's going to take place, and it's going to get people caught. I'm hearing they needed to watch their step because they're a little bit too close to the edge, and once they go over, they don't have any parachute, they're going to hurt themselves badly. That dog's trying to warn them. That's their intuition. You ever heard that said? This is linking it right back. This saying, what I'm about to say, a dog is a man's best friend. You remember how I said that on the last reading? That means intuition, because animals are known to be very intuitive, very in tune with the energy around them. Their intuition has been telling them relentlessly to stop acting foolish and stupid, and to stop doing certain things, and to watch their step. They need to watch what they're doing to you. They need to watch this. All these individuals that's following behind that, they need to watch it, bro. They need to watch that. But they didn't listen, but now something could have cornered a situation of where they could have confessed. Yeah, Knight of Wands. I'm not really getting anything from the Knight of Wands energy. Usually this will be passion. This will be adventurous energy. I'm also getting there's a side of them that wants to be free. They want to be free, and they want you to be free. And this is going to prevent a situation from being held up, because someone really don't want to be in an endless cycle of feeling as if they're stagnated and having to do certain things to you, because this is beginning to get very uncomfortable for a lot of people. Yeah, with the Six of Swords reverse. Someone could be adventurous. What's that card? Hold on, y'all. That's too many. Nine of Cups. So someone wants to live their best life and to be happy. They want to be free. I'm also getting if someone thinks that they're going to be freed from doing this to you, this is an arrogant energy coming through my cards. This is one of these people that think that they're going to get away with doing something to you, but they're really not. Someone may not have a harsh sentence at all. They may be released. But there's someone else. I'm getting an authority figure. There's someone that's trying to hide, that thinks that they're going to actually get away with doing something to you, to where you're going to have to take the backlash of what they have been doing to try to have you presented as if you're guilty with something through something that was going on that could be on an inappropriate level. Not going to turn out that way is what it looks like. This person thinks they're going to get away with doing this, and they think that they're going to have their freedom, but they really not. This person in reality is paranoid. I'm going to tell you why they're paranoid, because of what has been being done to you, and someone else could have confessed. They could have confessed what this person was doing to you. It's all because of them being put under pressure in this type of environment with the Justice card. They want answers. They want answers. And they're going to get the answers that they're looking for. Even if they have to use some form of intimidation cross-examining, they're going to get the answers. They will get the answers. Yes, they will. One of these individuals that has been doing this to a person is on this live stream right now watching this video. Yeah, I sense that scared energy. I sense that scared energy. Yeah, think you're going to get away with that? Shaking like this, like that? Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. They got you, bro. They got somebody right here that's confessing to a lot of things of what was being done to this person. And this situation going to catch this individual off guard. They better be scared. With this Nine of Wands reverse, they better be scared because somebody has already confessed to something that was being done to an innocent person. Queen of Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is someone who has been observing from afar. I'm getting observation from afar. Someone has been observing from afar. That knows someone thinks that they're going to be free from something. Like this give me the vibes of someone trying to create some type of illusion and protect the wrong person and still have the right person found guilty for something that they didn't do. That's the vibes that I'm getting. But there's another energy that is coming through to protect this person. But there's still someone confessing to what was being done to the right person that's not guilty because they didn't do anything wrong. Okay, so you still have protection on you no matter which way the situation goes. Wheel of Fortune. Clarify the Queen of Swords. Leo. The Sun card, Leo energy. Okay, so there's one of them that may be legit, that may be confessing to something. That's not going to allow this person to think that they could get away with something, with doing something to you. Hey, y'all hold on a minute. All right, y'all, I'm back. Y'all hold on a minute. All right, so there's still someone that is relentlessly trying to deny some truth and trying to have everything have you blamed for what they have been doing. But there's someone that's not happy about that knows the truth that may be sticking up for you. This is a feminine. There's a feminine that can have air signs in their chart. Yeah, look at that. 7 of Wands. Then I just get through saying that someone could be defending you. 7 of Wands, that's the truth. So someone's defending you. So someone that's coming in for your defense, since these individuals want to work with each other. But I'm getting that there is somebody that literally feels bad that could have confessed to something, that could have proved your innocence. But someone else literally thinks that they're going to get away with trying to have you accused of what the things that they was doing in order for them to be secretly protected. This person disagrees with that. Could be a Leo, don't have to be. Someone disagrees with that. There's a female that disagrees with that, a female official that disagrees with that. No, they're not going to be protected. No, they're not. No, they're not. Because I'm getting this individual got all the evidence on this person and what they was entertaining with somebody that you wasn't in contact with. That's why. They don't deserve to be protected. They ain't doing their job the right way. But it's like this person feels like they have something on this individual because they was entertaining the situation for a while. It don't matter. Things could change. Bro, this is going to... This is going to end up in a fucking argument with these. And I'm telling you. This going to end up in an argument with these individuals. This can actually escalate into... I'm not really going to say that, y'all, but the vibes I'm getting from this energy is... This can end up in like a... not a riot, but like a fight. So someone's standing up for you. Seven of Wands. Or this could be you standing up for yourself, defending yourself. Someone disagrees to some type of decision that they still think is going to go against you, but yet this individual got the information with the Queen of Swords. They have the information. And no, you're not going to be held accountable due to someone else's wrongdoings. No, you're not. That's what you're protected from. Yeah, Page of Cups. This individual could have been involved in messaging a child with the Page of Cups. That's why. That's why. This is a message right here, but they could have been messaging a child and trying to have you convicted for that. Nah, this person is stepping in and to actually defend you. They may like you. This person may have some feelings for you or may like you. They know all about that. There's something that could have been done on a fishy account. Something about some fish. That's catfishing. It's catfishing. King of Swords. That's that Knight of Wands and that Nine of Cups energy that thinks that they're going to actually be able to escape this detection and have you blamed for something that was being done originally from them. Somebody got the information to prove that it's them that's doing that. King of Wands reverse. There he is, bro. There he is. As I'm saying it. This is a tyrant. So this is an official that has been doing this with a child. This is an official right here in reverse that has been engaging in messaging when it comes to this. Card just proved it. King of Wands reverse. That's who that Knight of Wands and Nine of Cups energy is. I highly advise people that may be in here to look up this card in reverse on the logical meaning of tarot guide. Type in King of Wands reverse tarot guide. It's T-A-R-O-T. Yeah, T-A-R-O-T, tarot. And look up guide, G-U-I-D-E. You're going to come up to a page where it's going to be a purple background. And what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down. You're going to see the upright position, the general meaning. Go all the way down to the general meaning of the reverse position. And you're going to see everything about who this man really is. Who he is as a cop. That's an official. Don't have to be a cop. Could be any type of official. But this is an official that was doing this to somebody. This is an authority figure in reverse. I highly advise them to go look up this card in reverse. These cards have logical meanings. This could also be a Queen of Wands reverse, but this is a male. Or this could be a feminine that may have a masculine energy. But I'm not really getting that. But I highly advise people to look up this card in reverse to see who this individual is. They're a manipulator. Clarify that. Three of Cups. This could be one of the ones that like to hang around these individuals and party with them. This could be a 13-year-old with the Three of Cups. 13-year-old kid. That's what you're doing. You're hanging out with 13-year-olds, partying with them. And you trying to get somebody else in trouble. That's just going to come all back. Watch. 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 I'm also getting there with this energy right here. This could be Operation Restore Justice, catching something over the cyber world. That's going to be the internet. This guy ain't getting away with nothing. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's been stalking these individuals with a Page of Swords reverse and slandering an innocent person. He has been slandering an innocent person about children with the Page of Swords reverse. This is giving me the vibes. I mean, this could also be one of them with the Queen of Swords or King of Swords energy. I'm getting Operation Restore Justice could have been running some type of cyber investigation due to a situation being out of line and a lot of reports coming into them due to someone having their rights violated of the Fourth Amendment on reasonable searches. There's a lot of suspicious activity that has been done on an innocent person. And this could have caught something up due to probable cause to have a court-ordered. Not really getting a wiretap. I mean, it could be that, but there's something about a court order I'm not really going to get into too much details, but I'm getting something very significant about Operation Restore Justice that could have been running some type of investigation over the internet, and they caught this individual doing something to this person. Now things are pending, so it don't matter who confesses or who don't confess on wherever this is. There's the higher up somewheres that are hidden. These are the individuals that may be protecting this person. Now, people, where you're at. Checkmate. You ain't getting out of this one, bro. Whoever this is that's been doing this to this person, they ain't getting out of this one. No, they not. No, they not. There's also something coming out about how this individual's been using a fake page and making up excuses on how they can't get on camera because it ain't the legitimate person. This is an individual that's been using someone's profile picture on a fake account to try to make it they're talking to one of these individuals, but in reality, it's a tyrant that's doing that. It's an official that's doing that. And they keep making up excuses on how they can't get on camera. This could be like a camera, but this is the exact opposite of seeing something on camera. That could be FaceTime. That could represent video chat sessions, Skype. Oh, something about Skype. Okay, so something could have been hidden. This individual tried to go at their discretion, on a discretion type of level of possible Skype. There's Sky right there, right? The clouds. Or someone named could be Sky, don't have to be. But there's something very significant about Sky. But that could represent Skype. Or Facebook. I don't know if Skype is blue. Facebook, I know Facebook's blue. But there's something very significant about someone making up excuses on how they can't get on camera to be seen like this. It's in reverse. But they're holding a phone. They're holding some sort of device. Yeah, because they don't want to get caught hurting this person. They don't want to get caught for that. This could be this individual entertaining a situation with this individual's ex, trying to have this person accused of hurting someone. So this could be an ex's son or daughter. This could be someone's ex's son or daughter that this was being done to in a very underhanded way. This individual was chatting with this ex's son or daughter through a fake account, and yet making up excuses on how they couldn't get on camera because it's this tyrant that's behind that and trying to have this person accused of doing that in order to try to discredit them, to try to get them in trouble. Yeah, Knight of Cups reverse, exactly. This is fraud, extortion. This is definitely connected to fraud, extortion. This is elicitation. Knight of Cups reverse, elicitation. I'm also getting this session right here. This session right here was identified covertly. This session right here was possibly investigated. This could have happened like 1 to 2 to 3 weeks ago. Or could have been going on for a long time. This could have been like through the total of 1 to 2 to 3 years straight with the Three of Swords reversed. There's something recently between the last 1 to 2 to 3 weeks, 1 to 2 to 3 days, because we did see the Three of Wands energy, right? So there's something very significant about the 1 to 2 to 3 days or 1 to 2 to 3 weeks. There's something that's going to get caught. That's going to better to prove that you're not hurting this person. This is someone that may be an ex of your son or daughter. And something could have been documented whenever that was happening, whenever this individual was on some type of session, talking to this person, something was captured. And that's been collected secretly and covertly to be used against this person. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, someone don't want to hear this. You see how the phone falling over? Yeah, of course, they don't want to be held accountable. That's what it is. Oh, but they will be held accountable. Yes, they will. So what else is going on? What's the matter? Too much of a pump to admit to the truth of what they have been doing? They brave to get behind a fake page and do this to somebody, but yet when it comes to actually confessing to it and being caught, they want to run. They want to run. Nah, you ain't going nowheres. You ain't going nowheres. Especially if the Operation Restore Justice was investigating something, you ain't going nowheres. No, you're not. You're going to be held accountable, and they will be putting charges on you. Oh, yes, it will. Yes, it will happen. There's something very significant about animal abuse that could be coming out too. Trying to force this individual into engaging in abusing an animal, some of the animal abuse. You think this ain't being seen? Oh, it's being seen. It's being seen. Trust that. Yeah, look at that. The Hierophant. This is too many though. The Two of Swords came out also. This does represent animal abuse, animal cruelty. Knight of Pentacles reverse. Clarify that. Clarify that. Six of Swords. This card wanted to come up in reverse earlier, but now it's in an upright position. Hold on, y'all. Alright, so the Six of Swords energy, right after the Knight of Pentacles reverse. There's something very significant about someone at a long distance that could have caught something in regards into that. This give me the vibes of tracing something down, being guided and to trace something down. There is animal abuse that has occurred with the Knight of Pentacles reverse. There has been animal abuse with the Knight of Pentacles reverse. This animal could have also been being abused in a very inappropriate way. I'm not going to explain the details due to sensitivity of information, but this animal could have been being abused by this person in a very inappropriate, sick type of way. I'm also getting Operation Restore Justice. Could be paying attention to something about a horse. There's something that's linking an earth sign. This could be an earth sign. This could be an earth sign teenager or something to do with something that they may be looking into. The Operation Restore Justice. They could be seeing something pertaining to a horse. Something about horses. Oh, so they're investigating somebody's social media page, but not to hurt the individual, but to protect them. Because they're gathering information on what may be being done to this person from this individual that's doing that to these animals. There's a synchronization. There's something where they could have spotted something that they could have picked up intuitively. It was an intuitive sign that they could have spotted. Don't have to be a horse. But there's something very significant about animal cruelty and abuse. But this is abuse that is occurring on an inappropriate level, y'all. Clarify that. That's too many cards. Clarify that. Yeah, Four of Swords reverse. This is something that was uncovered. Just give me the vibes of something being uncovered. Four of Swords reverse. This individual keeps on engaging in these acts over and over and over and over and over and over and over. This can also be connected to, this is a side message, but it's still on the same thing, or what may be pertaining to this nasty, disgusting energy with the Knight of Pentacles reverse. This could be connected to zoo, the P word, P blank N, zoo. It's X-rated zoo things. Or if this is not that, this is some type of illegal ography or ography. You have to keep in mind, y'all, information is sensitive in these times. They'll sit there and try to say whatever. But this could be connected to some type of illegal ornography involving this right here. And that would be connected to abuse, animal abuse, crime against nature. Yeah, Empress reverse. Someone could also be observed as an unfit parent to know that this is being done to their person. This is being done to their son or daughter. Like someone could be an irresponsible parent to know that they have knowledge on this, but yet they're not doing anything about this to stop that. Someone's being seen as an unfit parent. They know what's going on, but they're refusing to do anything about it. This is how the higher ups are looking at this individual and whoever else is connected to this. Very irresponsible. This is too many. Queen of Pentacles reverse. Libra Taurus energy. Could be a Taurus with the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress reverse. Don't have to be. Someone's being looked upon as, this could be connected to some type of dark practices of witchcraft. Queen of Pentacles reverse is indeed witchy energy. Dark witch. It's all about like the Queen of Pentacles reverse don't represent irresponsibility on a logical meaning, but this is connected to someone that is wicked. Narcissism. It's not going to say narcissism in a reverse position, but this is someone who is wicked, that is dangerous, and they have a sinister undertone of danger. Someone that appears to be trustworthy, but in reality they're sinister. Manipulation. This is a bad person. But this is someone who knows how to disguise their real personality due to shape-shifting. Cloaking spells. Four of Cups reverse. This is something that's not being ignored. So someone's not ignoring this. Yeah, the Lover. Hold on, y'all. The Lover. Nah, that card should have been on the for the reading. The Lovers was already out in the reading. I don't know how it ended up back in here. Nine of Pentacles. So there's something coming out about how you've been single and independent. Single and independent. Once again, there's somebody else that's trying to make themselves look innocent, as if they didn't have anything to do with what was being done to you. I'm about tired of these individuals lingering around, bro. I'm sick and tired of them lingering around. thinking that they're going to get away with doing this shit to an innocent person, and the innocent person keeps getting hurt over and over and over and over and over. That's all right, bro. That's all right, because I'm going to always cherish the fact that on the FBI badge, they have Archangel Michael with the scales and the sword that's sitting there. That right there is the real protection. Eventually, it's going to catch up to him. It's going to catch up to him. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Operation Restore Justice, that works for that agency, don't play with people like that, bro. I appreciate the super chat, y'all. Thank y'all. Give me a closing message. This situation actually needs them desperately. Closing message. 10 of Cups. Look at that. 5 of Wands reverse again. The Lovers. Gemini energy. The World. Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo. 6 of Cups. Can't show that card. Star reverse. Aquarius. 6 of Swords. The 2 of Swords. The Magician reverse. Okay, so this cycle of manipulation is closing out. And there's evidence to prove that this has been manipulated. If somebody was trying to manipulate things in regards to the children, that right there, there's evidence to prove that there's been rituals done on them and manipulation done on them. Along with the conversation that was being had all over the internet. When it comes to somebody from your past, they got, this is evidence right here. Somebody looking into all this manipulation, and this is what's going to better to close the cycle out. But they're not just looking into the manipulation. They have documentation of how many times something was manipulated, and that's going to get a cycle closed out to where you can move on, because they know these individuals are lying on you, trying to cause confusion. So there's a cycle of manipulation that is closing out. Look at that. King of Pentacles reverse. This is due to someone that is very cold-hearted. Someone relentlessly trying to undermine your abilities, like trying to undermine you. Someone could also be looking into the fact that they feel manipulated into believing a lot of lies. But they could be going back on that and actually looking at it for what it is and reversing something and holding these individuals accountable. Bro, this is really going to, like, this is going to get to the point where it's going to piss somebody off. They're going to lose their cool. They're going to lose their head. They're cool. They're going to lose their cool. 6 of Pentacles again. 10 of Swords. The 4 of Swords reverse. This is putting somebody in the energy to where they can't sleep. They feel like they're losing their mind. The Sun, Leo energy, and the 2 of Wands reverse. So somebody knows that a plan is not going to go through. It's an unworkable plan due to a lot of manipulation and confusion being done in order to hurt somebody and betray someone. This is just hurting somebody relentlessly. And it was being done with rituals, manipulation, to cause confusion. To have the wrong person perceived as if there's something that they're not, while this was being done to this innocent person. Being hurt. So some of you are definitely being targeted relentlessly by this situation, but this is ending with the World card. Somebody got the evidence to prove that. And you may be ending up moving on and relocating with the 6 of Swords and the World card. Somebody may be agreeing to help you relocate. And I am getting that you will be with your match. You may not be with somebody from your past, but you may be with somebody that's familiar, that may live around you, close by you. Because it's pretty obvious, bro. Somebody from your past don't give a shit about you. Like, whoever this other person is don't care about you. Nobody seems to give a shit about what's going on to you. But yet this individual is that upset that they actually care about you. This may actually be an authority figure that didn't want to do anything. I'm gonna be honest with you. They was just sit back just watching it happen. But yet the longer that they watch this go on, the more it exposes what's really being done from these individuals that's not you. And they feel like they need to do something. Because ain't nobody else gonna sit there and fucking step to the plate and do something about it. You do have help, okay? Whoever you are, you do have help. This is someone that's not going to relentlessly engage in doing this to you because they have the wrong individual. Like, bro, this situation got escalated to a whole nother level to where now this is brought to where you have to be in fear of your freedom. There's something that's on its way. Trust that. Six of Swords, there's something that's on its way. If this has been going on for a long time, if some of you has reported what has been done to you, there's someone that's going to agree to help you out, to help you relocate possibly, and this is going to end, okay? This is going to end. And you may just end up relocating with someone that may live close by you, or they may live in the same area. This is someone that's familiar to you. You know of this person, but this is not somebody from your past. But you know of this person and they know of you. You may end up in a connection with this person and y'all may end up relocating and moving. This person may be a single person. This could be a person that may be a single mother or a single father that may have interest in you. Don't have to be. I'm not really getting this person being married with the Ten of Cups. Nah, this is somebody that don't have anybody. They're not married to anybody. No, they're not. There's someone that could be at a long distance that may be traveling back to come toward you because they had to leave due to a situation being done. And they see things for what it is, that all these individuals are literally sitting there targeting you relentlessly, involving these individuals. Somebody's had enough of that, and they could be coming back down like this person could have had to leave. They could have had to leave and go at a long distance with the Six of Swords. This is an official that could have had to leave. But yet they could be coming back and to help remove this off of you with a Ten of Swords and say, come on. They ain't about to be sitting there doing that shit to you. Because they're watching at a long distance. This is someone that had to leave due to this individual feeling as if they had to take some type of unlawful order to do something to you in order to surveil you due to somebody else hurting you. They wasn't believing in that. They wasn't going along with it. So what they did was they removed themselves out the situation, could have moved at a long distance with the world and the Six of Swords, and now they're sitting back like this, observing, getting information. They're extracting information still. And they just might be coming back down with some individuals that can help you out with the Six of Swords. Stop the individuals from doing that to you. And this individual may agree to stay back where they originally were. And they may not go back where they was, but something guided them to leave. With the Six of Swords, something came through to them to leave. But they could end up coming back with people that could protect you, and yet they could all go back to where they came from. And yet this individual may stay where you're at. Either way, this cycle is closing, y'all. This cycle is closing. Because there was nothing but manipulation that was hurting you. See that? The Magician is in the center part of the reading. So that means this right here is all manipulation. But this is going to better to close this cycle for good. Find you innocent. And where you can actually heal from what these people keep on doing. And this cycle is going to close with you being with the love of your life and possibly being married to the right person. If this individual already has, if they're a single parent, then they may already have their own. But still though, if this is the way it's supposed to be, then this is exactly how it's going to turn out. That could be your match. They don't want shit to do with none of these people where they're at. They want to move and to live their best life with you. This individual's not going to play around. They're not looking to juggle back and forth and go back and forth with you when it comes to that. Okay, so you do have a very strong, intense connection. This person wants to work with you. Y'all may all, like, this individual may be changing their jobs. Like, they want to change their career, change their work environment, and work with you. Somebody wants to work with you. They want to change something when it comes to their career and work with you and move away. They want to stay at home. The Emperor card, they want to stay at home. Okay, so this could be a homebody person. They want to be an entrepreneur, what it looks like. They want to stay at home and be an entrepreneur. That way they can stay home with their family. They don't have to go to work. They don't have to do none of that shit. They can stay at home and do what they're doing at their house. Some of you could actually be, if you agree to work together with this person, y'all can end up getting a 2 to 3 story house. This give me the vibes of stairs. There's stairs somewhere. There's stairs and there's a platform. There's stairs, there's a platform. And there's stairs, there's a platform. That's 3 different floors. That's a 3-story house. Bro, some of you out there can have a 3 cool. What they gonna do? Slide down the railing? They gonna cut up on the stairs and slide down the railing. Gonna be doing parkour, huh? Slide down the railings. Move up there, up somewhere where it's cold, and sit there and shovel snow, shovel snow on the stairs like that, and get a sled and go down the fucking stairs. They better make sure that shit's built by the door. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna run into the wall if they do that shit. They can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? They gotta make sure it's right there by the door because they can leave the door open and go right out the door like that. You know, you know what I'm saying? I would do something like that. That sounds fun. You're gonna have a whole lot of fucking water all over your stairs, you know what I'm saying? You better hope you don't slip. You go in there, you shovel snow, and you cover the whole staircase with snow like that, and you get a sled and go up at the top, and go down, just leave the door open and go straight out the door. Vroom. Hey, you better hope you don't hit that invisible ice, because your ass could be sliding for a long time. Vroom. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be sliding for a long time. Belly flop on it, you know what I'm saying? Look, you know how they got them, you know how the water park, you got them mats to where you could go down like that on your stomach? you get one of them and fucking jump forward like that, do a belly flop and go straight down the stairs like that and go out the door and slide way across the invisible ice. Keep on going and going and going and going and going. Hopefully you'll hit a damn mailbox or something. Boom! You know what I'm saying? Damn, bro. They ain't got no brakes. They ain't got no brakes. They ain't got no brakes on that. I'm getting something about a whole hell of a lot of snow, bro. Like there's a blizzard weather or something. Don't have to be blizzard. But there's something about a lot of snow, bro. Pouring down, a lot of snow. Keep snowing and snowing and snowing. And somebody got a staircase, and it's like, bro, imagine the sound of that hitting the fucking mailbox. Look, there you go. Look, you hear the horn with the train. Y'all hold on a minute, y'all. Let the train go by. Nah, it's just a sound of somebody conking it. Like that ain't funny or whatever. It's just a sound, conking their head on a mailbox. Bing. that reminds me of a read that I done a while back, y'all. They had a read that I done a while back about how somebody was that agitated, and they was at a bowling alley. They got irritated because they couldn't make a strike, and they sat there and got clippers. It was like electric clippers, and they shaved their head bald like that, threw themselves down the lane, and made a strike and knocked their own stupid self in the head. And they got the nerve to complain about it. And when they stood up, they slipped, they fell again, they hit their head again. They hit their head again. Every time they throw the ball, they'll go in the opposite lane. It wouldn't go in their lane, go in the opposite lane. They couldn't bowl right. It was an analogy I was using, y'all, because of how somebody, it's like they like to blame things. It's like they like to do the exact opposite of what's supposed to be done. But yet got the nerve to blame the situation. But yet they the ones that's the cause of it. And I said how somebody was sitting there with electric clippers. Because of them, they couldn't bowl a strike. And they sat there, they got super agitated. They sat there and shaved their head bald and threw themselves down the lane and bowled a strike. Yeah, there you go. And then the sweeper comes on like that and hits him in the head again. You know the arm where it goes down and sweeps the rest of the pins to the back like that? Boom. Damn, that's funny. So, some of you could look to, y'all got to excuse the cavity on my tooth, y'all. I'm going to get it fixed shortly. I just don't know when. I mean, it don't bother me or nothing. It's irritating. But then, I don't know if y'all can tell on my tooth. I got a cavity right there. See? It's a cavity. But anyways, I'm getting that some of you can move into like there's something about very significant about stairs and cold weather. Why am I getting stairs? Staircase. The ending card. Damn, that's a trip card to pull for a staircase. Damn. Or this could be representing a change. A change. Okay, so something is changing. Clarify that. Scorpio energy. Okay, so there's a change of location. Yeah, look at that. This is a good energy. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. This is a change. This is a new beginning. A rebirth. This is a change of surroundings. So I want to say the death card is relocation, like a change of scenery and surroundings. So this would be an indication of a new beginning. A lot of people get freaked out when they see this card. It's not about that. This is pertaining to a new beginning. Someone may have a new beginning at being stable. Very stable. Emotionally fulfilled. That's an emotionally fulfilling moment. To be with that. But anyways, y'all, from what it looks like here, you could be moving on and this cycle is closing. You don't have to worry about all of this happening to you anymore. It's in reverse. And from the looks of it, you could be moving on and relocating. The world card is all about, hold on, y'all. The world and this, that's relocation. And it looked like to me someone has enough on the situation to prove that this is manipulation, that this is trickery and illusions, and this is what's going to better to have enough strength to close something out to where something can finally end for the good. It's the final ending to where things can just be done with the situation. And you may be moving and relocating. And there's someone that wants to be an entrepreneur, apparently. They want to work from home. Just give me the vibes. They may want to work from home. This person could kind of be like they could socialize, but the people that they have been socializing with don't understand them. They don't understand them. They feel like they have to be something that they're not in order to socialize with these people. This ain't they people. They want to actually feel as if they're not controlled and manipulated to being something that they're not. Okay, so someone may be going through an awakening. Someone may be going through an awakening. If this is someone that didn't move away, this is someone that may be where you're at, but wants to move away. Y'all hold on a minute. That damn light. Light always fall off the damn thing. Yeah, sorry, there's an energy that don't want you moving on. That wants to continue to keep you in the endless loop and a cycle of the same thing over and over and over and over and over. But from the looks of it, there could be some intervention between individuals that may have been looking into something over the internet related. It's internet related, and they could have obtained some type of information on that and seen that. So either way, bro, it's going to be proven that this is manipulation. Trying to manipulate things. But anyways, y'all, this is what I have for the reading. This one I'll resonate with all of y'all. If you want to leave any donations, I will have a link in the description box below. And I'll see y'all some other time. Peace.